to another episode of Vital Vinyl. My name's Vernon Smith. That's why there's a name up there that says that. I mean, that's why there's a sign up there that says that. That's why there's a sign up there that says that name. That's mine. We're off to a great start here, not stumbling or rambling at all. So, if you like this kind of content, then go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button, because that's what nobody does. You tap it gently with your finger quickly if you want to, and if you don't, then don't. So now that that's out of the way, if you haven't checked out the Patreon channel, then what are you waiting for? It's got all sorts of good stuff, and maybe some not so good stuff, depending on what you want to get. But I guarantee you there's something on there that I would like for you to get, no matter what it is. Check the link in the description below, unless I don't put it, because sometimes that happens. Today, what are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about a band. Imagine that, on a show that talks about bands. We're going to talk about a band that's been around since 1993. That's 30 years now. Boy, oh boy. They are from Winnipeg, Manitoba, up in Canada. Propaghandi. Yeah, I know we're on Fat Records, and then we're also on Epitaph, and they might have been on some other labels in between then, whether for full-length albums or for 7-inchers. But today we're going to be talking about their second album, Less Talk, More Rock. It's an album that I did have on vinyl, but I have been currently listening to it on the streaming services. I also had their first album, How to Clean a Couple of Things, which was also on Fat Records, the label owned by Fat Mike of NoFX fame. So a lot of bands that were on Fat Records in the 90s, at least in my humble opinion, which is what counts here because this is my humble show. A lot of the bands on Fat Records sounded like NoFX, and Propaghandi was no exception. But not really too much, just in that kind of Bay Area pop punky sound. The singer kind of had a Fat Mike sound to him a little bit, but they were definitely more of a political band than NoFX was at the time. NoFX was still kind of just doing the old comedy core thing that they do. I didn't really notice them getting political until I guess like War on Terrorism maybe, or the decline. I don't know. Once Bush was in office, then they got political. And Propaghandi was, and I only had their first two albums, so I don't know if they kept on that path or how they've gone. They've put out 5 more albums since then, and they're still together, as far as I believe. So I'd have to listen to the subsequent albums to see the direction that they went in, or if they just stayed in the same place that they were all those many years ago when I first got into the band. This album is pretty politically left-leaning hard, but not in a hit you over the head kind of way. Like there's a lot of stuff there if you listen for it, but it's also just a rocking album if you're just listening to it for the music's sake. And it's kind of funny that the album is called Less Talk and More Rock, because there is a lot of talking, not really in it, but kind of sprinkled throughout it. Little audio segments here and there. Like there's one that's, what's it called? A public disservice announcement from Shell. And then another one talking about like how the Mayans in Chiapas, Mexico have a true democracy, just kind of rallying up the punk youth sort of stuff. So there is a good bit of talking in it. And as far as the rock, it is very rocking album, but it also comes in at like 25 minutes, something like that. So there's not more rock unless you consider it, well, it's concentrated into those 25 minutes, which is probably more like 22 minutes considering, like I said, the little audio tidbit talking sprinkled, that's how you sprinkle throughout the record. Why did I do that? That's not even how you sprinkle things. I guess then this is me holding a pepper shaker upside down and sprinkling pepper all over. Yeah. But yeah, you can tell by the song titles things like, apparently I'm a PC fascist because I care about both human and non-human animals. Yes, that's a single song title. But if you are more right-leaning, it's still like, if you like rock and music, then it's good. They're not dragging you out to the polls to make you vote blue when you want to vote red or whatever. Keep your politics to yourself. Don't be a dick. That should just kind of be how everyone lives their lives anyway. And I kind of just hit a wall there yet again. I think this is maybe the 10th time I've said that in one of these episodes. So, but still in all, this show has probably been about half as long as that record is. But it's a good album. If I can find it on the tube of you, then I guess I'll put a link to it and you can check it out for yourself. Okay, gang? All right. So until next time, I guess that's it. So make sure you have yourself a blessed day.